Was I surprised? Not really, Simon. In the Euros, when Scotland came down here, and of course the Scotland fans were all over London, but only just a fraction of them who made the trip could get inside Wembley for the match itself. Was I surprised that when they played the Scottish national anthem, this happened?
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthems, starting with Scotland.
So there we go. Many England fans simply weren't having the Scotland national anthem. And then the other day, win or bust, England won it, and that's why it's Ukraine next. But before it, this is what happened when the German national anthem was played.
Please stand for the national anthems, starting with Germany.
So, Simon, those fans who were booing, and there were many of them, obviously decided that they wouldn't pay any attention to the FA statement pre-match, urging fans, respect the opponent, please don't boo the anthems ahead of the match. But they still went ahead and booed it. Where do you stand on this, Simon? Is it disrespectful or is it harmless in terms of football tribalism?
Look, I mean, it is harmless in the longer game in terms of evaluating. I'm not a snowflake. You know my view on things. I'm often fly in the face of what other people think, and I don't just toe the line because it's to be toed. When I listened to it against the Germans, I was disappointed. I thought it's just bloody stupid. I make a case for football fans having the right to express their view, valuing their emotivity. I've made a case to some extent that they had a right to object to the players taking the knee, and that was not in keeping with a lot of people's thinking. I didn't advocate the booing of it, but I advocated for the respect for football fans. I also make a case, when we talk about bringing alcohol licensing laws to be different, that football fans are different than rugby fans, so they do need to be treated differently. It disappointed me because it makes us look like Luddites. It makes us look absurd, ignorant, silly little people that feel the necessity to boo the German national anthem. The Scots, with the greatest respect in the world, I'm not going to be too jingoistic, but you guys boo everything we do.
Oh, I know.
I've watched a social media pile on about how we're going to do this and do that and how they can't wait for us to fail.
And it shouldn't happen either.
And it shouldn't happen either. But I was disappointed because I just think it makes football fans, or segments of football fans, not all of them, because we mustn't catch them all in the same category. It just makes us look ignorant and stupid and arrogant and one-dimensional, and it makes people dislike you. Dislike us because our team's really good. Dislike us because we've got the best Premier League, best domestic league, and get the most money. Don't dislike us because our fans are myopic in their view and ignorant in their outlook. You know, we don't have to boo the German national anthem. What's the point of it?
What is the point of it?
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I'm all for the tribalism. I've sat in football stadiums where 25,000 fans have told me my full name for 90 minutes of a game, right? And it begins with effing something. And you take it and you get on with it and you enjoy the banter. Most football songs are steeped in some sort of ridicule or parody or unkindness. And it goes with the territory, and I laugh at all that. But there is a need to just have a little bit of elegance and style and aplomb about you. And I don't mean sophisticated like some cad or bounder. I mean, at a football match, cheer the team. Why are you booing a national anthem? What would I can't imagine.
What is the point of it?
I can't imagine it.
No.
I can't imagine it. It's not even witty. It's not funny.
No.
You know, I remember going to see Lennox Lewick's fight Evander Holyfield in Madison Square Garden. They played the national anthems, right? And they played the national anthem of the Americans, and up on the screen came Don King, and all the English fans started singing "Who Ate All the Pies." It was not respectful to the USA anthem, but it was funny. But just booing an anthem is just ignorant. I just think it's stupid.
It's ignorant. It's moronic.
Yeah.
And it
lets us
achieves
down.
I
Well, I just think it makes us look stupid.
But
I think it makes people look stupid.
And please,
I don't want that for our fans.
I want to make this point. We played the two segments here prior to the Scotland anthem at Wembley, prior to the German anthem at Wembley as well. The Scots who boo "God Save the Queen" it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's moronic. It's not necessary. Why do they do it though?
We in this country, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, have the greatest sports fans in the world. without exception, the support that we take around the world to support our boxers, to support our footballers, to support our English cricket, our rugby, is revered. The Barmy Army, the England rugby fans, the England supporters, the boxing fans that follow boxers around the world, the Ricky Hatton fans, that in the past, the Lennox Lewis fans, they are an unbelievable set of fans. But there is a section that we are focusing on for the purpose of this conversation that we mustn't tarnish that overall with, that seem to want to make us look like stupid, ignorant, myopic English people that are still steeped in a colonial mentality of arrogance. And it's not arrogance. I have to say, and I'm not being snowflakey about it, it's just bloody stupidity. And maybe because I'm maturing as a man and getting older, but I just sat there in a pub watching all the jingoistic crap that's going in a pub with all the fans screaming at the television and watched that and thought, oh, do you know what? You're a bunch of Burks. Why would you boo that?
Well, why would you boo it?
Why would you boo the players taking a knee? If you don't want to be part of it, don't be part of it.
Why do you boo it? I mean, we'll put that out there. But before we get to that,
I won't have an answer, Jim.
But you said football fans should be treated differently to tennis fans, rugby fans. Why should they?
Well, because we've had this discussion before about the relaxing of the alcohol licensing laws and drinking in a pitch. But what we're saying is there was a big argument on this show at previous times where people have come on advocating that the licensing laws and people should be able to drink within the side of the pitch. And I've gone, whoa, hold on. Whether we like it or not, and people say, hang on a second, you're prejudiced and get football fans. They can do it at rugby, they can do it at tennis, they can do it. But with the greatest will in the world, you don't have the jeopardy, rivalry and tribalism in tennis and rugby and cricket that you have in football. It's a different dynamic, it's a different outlook, it comes from a different position. The whole dynamic of football came from a different place, brings out a different reaction in people than what you get at rugby and what you get at tennis. So I am saying in that instance that unfortunately, you do have to conduct football fans in a different way than you conduct
because of alcohol.
Well, no, because alcohol, not because of alcohol, giving them alcohol in abundance was the discussion that was being had amongst ourselves and people that were advocating for it. The Football Supporters Association was saying, hang on a second, we should have more relaxing of rules, we shouldn't be prejudiced, we shouldn't be treated any differently. Well, I'm afraid you should, because I've sat there watching in control rooms football fans in the concourses behaving in a certain way that would drop your jaw.
Yeah. And of course, I'm looking at some of the messages we're getting now, Simon. Ben from Essex. I went to Germany the other day, but I also went to Scotland away from home in 2017. God Save the Queen was booed. Now, does that not fit your agenda, Jim? No, of course,
no,
Ben.
You said all that,
we've just stressed that. I thought the people who booed then, the Scots fans, it's moronic to do it. There's Ant in Bracknell, nearer here. Come on, Jim. You've got very short memory. Obviously, I've forgotten about Scotland booing the England national anthem when they play at Hampden. No, we haven't. I'm saying the same thing on that. Aaron from Burnley. It's a joke. Because when the game was played in Germany, the Germans boo God Save the Queen.
Do they? I mean, we've got
I don't know.
We've got a guy here saying, Simon, get the booing is just a pantomime, nothing more. But I think if you've got a national anthem and you're celebrating a game that recognises two countries,
yes,
I boo the Germans when they're attacking with the ball. Boo the Germans and cheer when we're celebrating goals. When it's a national anthem, I don't think that's a pantomime. I think that's poor.
It's a moment that should be respected.
I actually don't recall the Germans booing our national anthem, but maybe I wasn't paying enough attention to it because I was more interested in what we were doing. And this, some people are saying, it wasn't actually the fans, it was a UEFA corporates. Maybe they were booing because their quarantine wasn't quite how they wanted it, the 2,500 guests. Maybe it was them that were booing.
I actually will challenge somebody to come on and say why they give it to the anthems in the fashion that some of them do. I mean, before the Scotland match at Wembley, did you boo? Did you boo before the Germany match the other day? England won it well. Now it's Ukraine next. But at Wembley the other day, did you boo the German national anthem? This is what it comes down to. And if you did, why do you do it? We're intrigued to find out why you do it. Do you get caught up in the moment? You try and impress your mates? 08717 223344. Let us know.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning 10 till 1 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.